When you have E! News, People Magazine, AOL, and other publications talking about Mikayla Nogueira Cher's husband Cody Hawkins is in rehab, when she herself said this,
"My husband Cody is in rehab,"
and then going into a Get Ready With Me and putting this, her new skincare on right before the launch of the launch.
Let's talk about something that doesn't sit right. Imagine you're scrolling through TikTok and suddenly your favorite beauty influencer, Mikayla Nogueira, pops up with teary eyes and a shaky voice. She's finally breaking the silence. She's finally telling the truth about her husband. Cody has been missing for months, and it's heavy addiction, relapse, rehab, all very real, very raw stuff. You sit there listening, maybe even crying a little. You feel for her. Of course you do. But then she picks up a skincare product, her own product, and she starts applying it. Mid-heartbreak, mid-story. Like this gut-wrenching confession was also a product demo. Let's unpack this. So Michaela came out with a video that got real personal, real fast. She finally addressed all the whispers and rumors about her husband Cody. And let's be honest, people had been speculating for months. You know how the internet gets. Some thought he cheated. Some thought they broke up. Some thought she was hiding something big. And turns out, she kind of was. She revealed that her husband Cody had relapsed not once but twice. First with drugs in January of last year and then again with alcohol in April. Two separate battles, one back-to-back emotional roller coaster.
My husband Cody is in rehab, and I'm ready to talk about it. Cody's story is not mine to share, but he has given me his blessing to talk about it today. I want to start off by saying I am incredibly proud of Cody. It takes an immense amount of courage to give up your will and enter treatment, and I could not be more proud. As many of you have noticed, for the last several months, Cody really has not been around, and now you know why. A lot of you have put two and two together.
Now, that kind of news, it hits you, no matter how strong you are. And Michaela didn't just drop that bomb, she let it all out. She said Cody had been struggling since he was young, and that this wasn't new. He had even shared parts of this story on TikTok before. So, when she met him, he was already on the road to recovery, having just come out of rehab. She didn't hide from the truth. In fact, she said it openly. She knew about his addiction from the start, so their relationship wasn't built on lies. It was built on hope, on second chances. And by the time they got married in July 2023, Cody was clean, sober. They were building a future together, ready to leave the past behind. But addiction doesn't care about timelines. It doesn't care that you just got married or that people are rooting for you. By early 2024, everything started falling apart again. And as harsh as that sounds, that's the brutal reality of addiction. It creeps in silently, sometimes when you least expect it. And it doesn't just affect the person going through it. It drags everyone around them into storm.
Any of my longtime loyal followers, Cody being an addict is not news. He has shared his story openly on TikTok. Cody has struggled with addiction from a very young age, and I knew Cody was an addict when I met him. When I met him, he was living in sober living, and he had just gotten out of rehab. He moved from Nevada to Massachusetts to go to treatment here, and the only reason he stayed is because he met me. Understand, sobriety, recovery, is not linear. Addiction is a disease, and it's very complex, and unless you yourself or someone very close to you has struggled with addiction, it's hard to understand. Relapsing is a part of the recovery process, not a failure. January 2024, my husband relapsed on drugs. In April 2024, my husband relapsed on alcohol. I am not new to addiction or addicts, but what I am new to is marrying one. And putting on a brave face the entire year of 2024 was the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. There's a reason addiction is known as a family disease, because it doesn't just impact the individual, it impacts everyone around them. 2024, I faced some of the scariest nights of my life.
So yeah, what Michaela shared was raw and real. But what came next? That's where things get a little murky. Michaela said that watching Cody relapse was one of the hardest things she's ever gone through. And honestly, who could doubt that? Loving someone with an addiction is like riding an emotional roller coaster with no brakes. You never know what version of them you're going to get. One day they're okay, the next they're spiraling. It's not just exhausting, it's heartbreaking, it's confusing, and more than anything, it makes you feel helpless.
In this apartment, hopeless, struggling bad with addiction, he's losing me, he's about to lose everything. He hit rock bottom. Remember when he got the apartment, I secretly took one of the keys because I was so scared that if he overdosed or hurt himself, I wouldn't have a way to get in. So I secretly took a key and I didn't tell him. Like, that's how hard this shit is. 2024, I am begging Cody to go to rehab or get help or anything, but you cannot make an addict want to get help. They have to want it themselves. And on March 2nd, 2025, I get the phone call from Cody. He says, I'm done, and I'm going to rehab. Can't explain the feeling of sleepless nights every night, worried about my husband, to knowing that over the last month and a half, he's been in a safe place, getting treatment and getting help, and finding his path to sobriety. Like, shit's fucking crazy. Easy to judge addicts. There are so many stereotypes. They lie, cheat, steal, manipulate. Cody is the kindest, sweetest, most selfless, intelligent person I've ever met. And to watch someone struggle with addiction who, like, damn well doesn't deserve it is really difficult. The question is, what's next? Support however long Cody wants to and needs to be in rehab.
She talked about trying to stay strong, smiling in videos, showing up for her followers, putting on makeup like nothing was wrong, when in reality, everything was falling apart. And she said she felt like she had to keep up appearances even though her life behind the camera was crashing down. And it caught up with her. Michaela admitted to having a complete breakdown in December, and it wasn't just some behind closed doors moment either. Her followers noticed. People started commenting that she didn't seem like herself, that something was off. She tried to push through, but her pain was leaking through the crack. Then came the decision that no partner ever wants to make. Michaela revealed she had to kick Cody out of their house. And let's be real, that can't have been easy. She said it was supposed to help him, give him space to find himself again, but instead, it pushed him further into the darkness. He spiraled even more, and she was left in fear every single night, scared that the next phone call would be that worst news of her life. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't think straight. Her anxiety was on the edge, and she was breaking under the weight of it all. And then in March, a shift happened. Cody called her. He said he was ready to go to rehab, ready to fight for his life again. And in that moment, Michaela had a glimmer of something she hadn't felt in a long time.
Really difficult. The question is, what's next? Support however long Cody wants to and needs to be in rehab. Cody gets out, I am waiting for him with open arms. I love Cody with all my heart. He is my person. I will stand by him. He genuinely deserves so much compassion right now, and I hope you guys will support him and me as we navigate this. There is one more thing I want to mention. If you're a drama channel or my Reddit fan club, addiction is not tea. I understand you make money off of talking about me, my life, whatever the fuck. People die every day from addiction. And if you take the time to make up some stupid ass story or just sharing the news or whatever the fuck, there's a special place in hell for you. I just want you to know that. You are the scum of the earth. Period. Don't make someone's addiction journey harder than it already is. That's someone's life in your hands. Had to say that. Had to say that. I love you guys and thank you. And I definitely feel a weight off my shoulders now that I could share that with you, but we'll see.
Now listen, this part of the story, it hits deep. This is a kind of love that doesn't always look pretty, but it's real. It's messy and raw. It's holding on when it's easier to let. We have to give credit where it's due. Cody choosing to get help, that's a big step. It takes strength. But even in the middle of the emotional storm, there's something we need to talk about, because this is also the part where things start to blur, where compassion and confusion start to mix, and where we really have to ask, was this moment about healing, or was it also setting up something else? Now, here's the thing. When Michaela finally made this video, her fans were already on edge. They had been wondering for weeks what was going on, and just as they were starting to connect dots, boom, Michaela launched her new skincare line. Hold up. So while fans were thinking she was off social media because of emotional distress, she was also prepping for a product drop? That's not shady by itself. Influencers gotta work. Bills don't pay themselves. But the problem came in how she told the story and when she chose to tell. Let's be honest. If you're going to talk about your husband's relapse and emotional pain, maybe, just maybe, don't also use the same video to promote skincare, because that's exactly what happened. In this emotional, tear-filled video, Michaela was literally applying her new skincare. She made sure the labels were facing the camera. It felt less like a confession and more like a commercial, a sad, heavy, emotional, charged commercial. And I don't know about you, but something about that just doesn't feel right. Now, let's talk about timing. At the exact time this video dropped, Michaela's brand was already facing heat. People were complaining about her products, saying they banned their skincare, caused reactions, and didn't live up to the hype.
Here's my problem with Mikayla Nogueira's skincare announcement today. If you didn't know, Mikayla Nogueira, who is a makeup influencer here on TikTok, she's received a lot of hate. People have said that she doesn't even review products appropriately. She gives good recommendations because they were given to her. She claims that she has had the most depressed, worst last year of her life on TikTok, and it gained a ton of views and a lot of hate. But if there's one thing that girl can do, is she can lay a flawless face of makeup. Now, the skincare itself is not the problem. If it ends up being a really good product, more power to her. She deserves it. Like, she's put her ass out there. She is busting her butt, and hopefully she develops something great. The problem that I have with it are the haters in the comment section already. She said on this video that she is the founder of the company, and people are saying, you're not the CEO, you're not the brains behind it. It's like, bro, let her be the founder. There are people in the comment section saying, hey, can you at least make it affordable for us broke bitches, offer a firm Klarna, afterpay, whatever the fuck you guys want. Like, people, can she just get through the drop? People commenting, oh, waiting for my face to break out already. Like, goodness sakes, can anybody be happy for somebody else that is doing better than them? Again, like I said earlier in this video, there is one thing for sure and two things for certain: that girl can lay a cool face of makeup, and you gotta give respect where respect is due.
So here's the question. Was this deeply emotional video a distraction? Because while people were dragging her online demanding answers about their damaged skin, Michaela released a video about her husband's pain. And again, yes, it's a real issue. Addiction is real, but the way it was delivered with soft lighting and product placement, it just felt strategic. Like she knew this video would go viral, and guess what? It did. 19.6 million viewers in just one day? That's not just a little attention, that's massive, that's brand saving. And let's not forget, she told people that anyone who talked about her video would have a special place in hell. That's a strong thing to say to the very people who made her famous, the same people who just wanted to understand what was going on. We're not saying Michaela doesn't care or that she's faked her. That's not what this is about. But let's be honest, she's not just any random person sharing their life online. She's a full-blown brand, a public figure with a team, a strategy, and a reputation to protect. She knows what she's doing. She understands the impact of timing, optics, and emotional appeal. She knows how to control a narrative, and let's not act like that's not part of being an influencer today.
I think it's time we leave Michaela and Cody alone. I don't care who comes to me or calls me a stan. Cody is sober 2 years. Michaela just launched her own skin prep line. I mean, they're living the dream, doing what most people wish they could do. So why are we on here being like, oh, Michaela and Cody, they're broken up, they're this or that. Leave them alone. The man is sober. Thank God he doesn't have a TikTok account, because that would probably drive him over the edge. Like, leave the man alone. I support Michaela. I support Cody. I'm just that person. Maybe I like the underdog, and we know they're not underdogs, so I just don't understand why we have to go for them.
And this isn't the first time we've seen something like this from her. Remember at the end of last year? Out of nowhere, she disappeared. Just went quiet, no updates, no videos, no explanations. And that silence, it didn't go unnoticed. People started speculating. Is she okay? Is she working on something big? Is something wrong? That digital silence builds suspense. Whether intentionally or not, her audience grew more curious by the day, checking back and waiting. Then suddenly, boom, a skin prep launch. Out of the blue, it almost felt like the entire emotional roller coaster had been building towards that reveal. The silence created a vacuum, and when she finally returned, she filled it with product. That's the pattern we're seeing. Every vulnerable moment seems to be followed up by a drop. Every break turns into a business move. Every tear turns into traction. It's marketing, sure, but when it's layered over real emotional pain, it starts to blur the line between transparency and strategy. And yes, she has every right to make money. Influencing is a business. No one's denying that. But there's a difference between selling and using trauma to sell. When a deeply personal tragedy is tied to a product reveal, especially when that product is already under fire for burning people's faces, it leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. It's not just about making money. It's about how the money is made. That's what makes people uncomfortable. That's what makes it feel like something's off. We can feel sorry for Michaela and still ask tough questions. We can wish Cody well and still say, hey, was this the right way to share that story? Because when you mix heartbreak with branding, pain with promotion, it starts to feel like manipulation, not empathy. And don't forget, this whole situation could have been handled differently. Michaela could have made a separate video for her products. She could have paused the marketing and just talked from the heart, No foundation, no concealer, no filters. Just Michaela talking to the people who've supported her from day one. Instead, she blurred the lines again. Listen, this isn't about dragging Michaela. This isn't about canceling her. It's about accountability. It's about asking, when does being an influencer cross the line? When does transparency become exploitation? We hope Cody heals. We really do. And we hope Michaela finds clarity, not just for herself, but for the millions who look up to her. But next time, maybe leave the skincare on the shelf when the tears are falling. What do you think? Was Michaela's video a cry for help or a clever brand strategy? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that dig deep beneath the beauty behind the brand.